Let's read source 3 for the ancient Inca investigation, titled Pedro Pizarro. First, let's remember what the central question is, to remind ourselves of the purpose for reading this source. How did the Inca maintain control over such a large empire? So, we're going to read the attribution and then the headnote to learn what type of source this is and who wrote it, when it was written, who translated it, and when. Attribution. Modified from The Relation of the Discovery and Conquest of the Kingdoms of Peru, written by Pedro Pizarro in 1571, pages 195 to 273, translated by Philip Ainsworth Means, New York, The Corte Society, 1921. Headnote. Pedro Pizarro was born in 1515 in Spain. He was a cousin of Francisco Pizarro, lead conquistador of Peru. Pedro Pizarro went with Francisco Pizarro to Peru in 1531. He was a soldier. He wrote down what he learned about the Inca. In 1540, he helped establish a town in southern Peru. He stayed there until he died. He did not know Quechua when he wrote this. Let's pause here so that you can answer these questions about the headnote and attribution in your packet. So pause and come back when you're ready. Okay, now let's read the source. Let's read what Pedro Pizarro wrote. The Inca built fortresses in all the provinces they conquered. For example, on top of a hill in Cusco, they had a very strong fortress with stone walls and 2 very high round towers. There were so many rooms that 10,000 Indians could fit in them. Messengers ran from one post on the road to the next post. The posts were about 3 miles apart. When the next messenger saw the first messenger, he would come out upon the road to meet the first messenger. While the first messenger was still running, he would tell his message in a loud voice so that the next messenger heard it and could start running to tell the message to the next messenger. That was how the message went from Cusco to Quito, almost 1,800 miles in 5 days. Troops could get supplies, food and clothing, from storehouses when they passed through the villages. The troops did not need to take supplies, food and clothing, from the natives. There were many storehouses which had food and clothing. Okay, go back and read the source on your own, and pause after each sentence to think, which are sentences that begin with transition words or introductory phrases? And what key ideas come after transition words or introductory phrases?